I'd like to talk today about the Stuart David interlock system that we provide on many of our bedroom offerings. The interlock system is a safety device designed to prevent tip over, injury, and death. The way an interlock system works is that when one drawer is open, subsequent drawers cannot be opened until that first drawer is in the closed position. The Stuart David offerings that ship with an interlock system leave the factory in perfect condition. There may be a few reasons that you would need to access the interlock system. One of these reasons might be to reduce the weight of the cabinet during the delivery process. There may be a need to remove all of the drawers to make the cabinet light to, for example, take the unit upstairs. Another reason would be to access the weight that comes equipped in some of our offerings. Stuart David products that have weights included in the cabinets are indicated on the paperwork as such. The other reason to potentially access the interlock system is that during the delivery process, despite the fact that the unit leaves the factory in pristine condition, things can shimmy around and get out of whack. The system may need an adjustment in that case. There are two ways to access the interlock system: from the front of the cabinet by removing the drawers, or in a situation where the drawers won't pull out, you can access the interlock system from the back by simply removing the Phillips head screws attaching the back to the unit. To access the interlock system from the front of the cabinet, with this particular unit, with side mount runners, simply remove the top drawer. In order to remove the second drawer, we have to relock the mechanism for the top drawer. Now with it in the locked position, we're able to access the second drawer. Again, reset the lock. So now you can see how our interlock system functions in its entirety. Now, if there were issues with the interlock system, or if there was any reason to access it, it would probably be the need to check the spring on these rods. Notice that, ensure that the rods are free of debris. There's nothing causing them to stick. If you find one that sticks a little bit, go ahead and give it a twist. And after doing that, check all the rest of them. Make sure they're not bound up. There's nothing inhibiting them from moving up and down freely. With the rods moving freely, as shown here, you should have a perfectly functioning interlock system. So for time purposes, we've already reinstalled the lower three drawers. In order to reinstall the remaining drawers, it's important to ensure that the locking mechanism is in the open position to receive the drawer lock. Open position. Next, simply install the drawer. Again, for the remaining drawer, ensure that the locking mechanism is now open, ready to receive the drawer. Now if we open the drawer, the subsequent drawers should not open. Voila. the event that you need to access the back of the cabinet, access the interlock via the back, and simply remove the Phillips head screws. Now in this case, I'm using a handheld driver. You could use a hand tool as well, a hand Phillips. We just remove, in this case, the final screw. Pull our back off. Now we have access to the cabinet. If a drawer is stubborn and not wanting to open, we can access the interlock system here. Now the interlock, in this case, for this drawer is in the open position. Lock and open. I'm going to close the drawer here. You can see how it accesses the system. Now the way we adjusted the rods from the front of the cabinet is still possible from the back of the cabinet. The final thing we wanted to show you about our interlock system for bedroom units is that we oftentimes use weights to ensure that we meet the tip-over standards that are required by law. As you can see here, the back panel has been removed via the Phillips screws, and to remove the weights, which are these two black pieces here, a little heavier than they look, we need to use a square driver. So we simply pull the pieces off, potentially remove the drawers to get the unit upstairs or what have you. It's imperative that the weights be put back into the unit upon reaching the final destination. Thanks for watching.